Mustangs, this is Mrs. Lowry, one of your assistant principals, here to welcome you to the second day of school. We are so proud of how well yesterday went and how great our students did at finding their classes and listening to their teachers and navigating this new process this year. I just want to show you a couple tools that will help you have an even better second day and every day after that. So yesterday in the Mustang Media, you saw Mr. Ferrarones teaching us about how to use your student planner that Mrs. Longstaff created for our school this year. So today I wanted to go a little slower and just walk you through the process of setting that up for yourself. And hopefully either today or tomorrow in your Mustang room time, you will have time to open up your Chromebooks and get yourself set up following these instructions. So the first thing you want to do is just come to a new web browser and open up our school website. And when you click on that, you will see right up here at the top a banner that says Student Planners. So you're going to click on that, and you'll want to make a copy so you can have one that is unique just for you. That might take a minute for that to load. And once it opens up, you're going to want to change the name here to customize it so it's your name. So I'm just going to take out copy of and write Mrs. Lowry's 2122 Westlake Digital Planner. Then you'll notice this is just set up like a Google Slides. So if you've used Google Slides before, you should know how to edit this and work with it. So the first thing I want to do in here is I want to change this to my own name. And on this first page, you'll see several tabs that will open up for each month of the school year that you can use as you go through. There's also some really great links to websites that you're going to want to use all throughout the year. So the first day that you open up your planner, you'll want to click on some of these links and see where they take you. So there's the student section, gradebook, BSBS tracker. All of these are links to sites that you'll use all the time. And if you're not sure what some of these are, feel free to play around on them while you're setting this up, but also know that your teachers will share that information with you and help you know when you're going to be using those. But to get this set up to help you be successful today, just go ahead and click through the slides. You'll see there's a calendar, a month here. We have the first day of school written in for you. But as you're going through your classes today, we realize that you all have a lot of different teachers with a lot of really exciting things happening in their classroom. And so to help you keep track of that, this is a really great place to write down any big events that are happening in your class that you want to look forward to so that you can see it all at one glance. But on slide 3, you'll see it gets a little more specific for each week. So this August 16th through the 20th is obviously this first week of school. And this page here is designed to help you keep track of your objectives or the lessons that you have in your class each day. So each day at the beginning of your class, your teacher will be talking to you about what the objective is for the day and what they hope that you will accomplish in their class with them. So we're hoping that you can use this to take notes as you go. So if your first period class is PE, your goal might be to do 10 push-ups. And you can type that in. And as you go through each class, you can open this planner back up and type in the objective of what you're supposed to do. So I'll just put in a few sample objectives. It probably won't be quite as exciting as the real ones that your teachers have in store. Okay, so I just have a few random ones in here. But one thing that Mr. Ferrarones suggested is you can also use this not only to keep track of what you're supposed to be working on in class, but also how you feel about your learning. So let's say I went to PE and I was only able to do 10 push-ups. I didn't quite meet that goal. So I can just use this as a self-reflection. Go ahead and highlight that. I can go up here to the text color, and if I feel like I had really met that, I could maybe color it green so that I had met that goal. But if I had only done 8 push-ups, I might want to highlight that or change that font color to yellow so that when I look back at this, I know that I am almost to that goal, but it's something I want to be working on. And you can do that for each of your objectives. If I was able to successfully read chapter 1 and think about those concepts, then I could go ahead and change that to green because I met that objective. If I'm still working on learning the periodic table of elements, which is a big goal for the first day of school, I might color that one red because I need to keep working on that. There's also a section in this on this slide where you can write down your weekly goals. So maybe one of my weekly goals is to practice push-ups. And then I could go ahead and I could be reflecting on this, on the progress I made in each class, and I could set some goals here. There's also a section where I can type in reminders. So maybe if your teacher reminded you to bring something to class the next day, or there's something you want to work on, or an assignment that's coming up, you could type that in here, and any reminders that you might want to have over the weekend. So each day in each of your classes, you can fill in all of those objectives, and by the end of the week, you should have this all filled in. And hopefully this will be a tool that can help you keep track of all the assignments you have and also help you reflect on how you feel you're doing on those. So that is the student planner in a nutshell. And this is going to be something that will really help you stay organized and help you feel like you know what is to be expected each day in school. And hopefully none of those assignments will catch you by surprise because you can take notes as you go. Okay, Mustangs, switching gears just a little bit from the planners. Another thing we wanted to talk about was how things went navigating the actual school building yesterday. Yesterday was our very first day, and we realized that many of you are seeing your schedule of classes for the first time. Many of you are brand new to Westlake, and it might have been a little bit confusing trying to find your classes. Again, we are so proud of how quickly you found your classes, how politely you asked for help when you needed help finding that. We just want to give you a few pointers to help you navigate, and hopefully it will be a little smoother today. So I snapped this picture yesterday during one of the passing times, and maybe you experienced this yourself. This is our entry right outside of Building 2. So these students are trying to get back into the main building from either the dining hall or the fax lab or Building 2. And you may have experienced a big crowd of all of these people trying to go in through those two little doors. So there are some other options for you to navigate the hall, and I wanted to show you those. So on the back of your schedule, each of you should have a map of our Westlake STEM Westbrook campus. Now yours doesn't have these arrows on it, but I want to use these arrows to help you understand the way our one-way hallways worked. Today there were a lot of students that were reminded or redirected to walk in one direction. Those one-directional hallways will really help make our passing time much faster and easier for you to get to your classes if you can continue to follow them. So that picture I took was taken right here, and you notice this is the door that today anyway was used the most. We had students trying to get back in the building, and we had some students trying to get out, and that caused quite a big bottleneck, and it slowed a lot of you down. So I just want to explain some different routes you could take if you felt that you experienced that today. So the first thing I want you to notice about our campus is that we have this square right in the heart of Building 1. And these arrows show the direction that you should walk all around it. We really need to stick to these arrows, and there will be adults in the halls for the rest of the week and the rest of the year reminding you to use those. So I want to show you how to get from class to class. Another thing I really want to point out, and I know that your teachers are going to help you remember this week, is each of these halls that have our classrooms. We have our A hall right here, our B hall, and our C hall. A lot of you have classes down in these hallways, and when you exit your class, so when you're walking into your class at the beginning of the day, you're going to come in off of our main square here in the center of our building, and you're going to head into your class going this direction. But when class is dismissed at the end of that period or at the end of the day, we'd like you to continue going that same direction and exit at the doors that are at the end of those halls. So each of those halls has its exit that you can go out. There's an exit here at the building at the bottom of our B hall. So when you exit your class, you can go out here to outside. And our C hall right here, you can exit these doors. That alone is going to cut back on a lot of the traffic of kids trying to go up here and then back into this main square where it gets really crowded. When you're entering, Building 2, you did a great job of entering here. There is an exit down here. I didn't mark that in green, but there is an exit here. There's also an exit in the center of the building, and this is the only hall at Westlake that is 2 directions. So you can either enter or exit through these doors here. In the dining hall, you did a really great job of lining up on this side, entering the dining hall, and walking down here to get your lunch, either eating indoors or coming outside to eat. You can exit that door. We didn't have much of a problem there. Where we saw that bottleneck were all the people coming out of their building 2 classes and the dining hall and trying to enter through these doors here. So I want you to be thinking, and maybe you'll have a few minutes in one of your Mustang room times or even at home to take a look at this map and try to rethink your route. So if you found yourself using door 1 frequently today, you might want to think, okay, if you have a class in the B hall, it might be faster for you to walk outside of the building around here and enter this door here. So these 2, number 1 and number 2, are doors that are open to you to use during passing time. And if we have more students walking around this direction, then it will help you get to your classes a lot faster. In fact, if you have a class in this B hall, you're going to get there a lot faster if you enter through this second door and just jot right in there through that one directional hallway than if you come in here and have to walk all the way around those one direction hallways to get here. So hopefully that will help. We encourage you each to take out your map and try to think about how you can use some of these alternate exits that didn't get used very much today, and plan your route so that we can avoid that congestion here. And again, there are so many adults in this building that are so happy to help you. So if you are confused or you're not sure the fastest route to get to your class, feel free to stop any of us, and we are so happy to help you. The final thing I want to talk about today is during lunch, where it's okay for you to go during lunch when you're outdoors. So we just want to remind everybody, and you did a great job today listening to instructions. If you choose to eat outdoors, or if you're finished eating and you come outdoors and you want to spend some time outside, you are welcome to come out these doors and head out this way. And we have the whole field over in this area. There's a courtyard here. There are some trees that provide a little bit of shade over in this section as well. But we need to make sure that we don't go past building 2. So I know there's a courtyard over here that is off limits during lunch, just so we can make sure that you have some supervision, and this is the area where lunch is. So again, we are so proud of you. You did a great job today. Hopefully these instructions will help make tomorrow and the upcoming days a little bit smoother.